we're going to take a look at how to move a report around in the list of reports. Here you notice that I'm in my relief valves. I'm already in my report list. I'm in my full page editable reports. And what I want to do is I want to take this test and set with pictures, and I want to move it up here near the test and set report. I would also like to add C and K to the name. So let's go in and let's take a look at how we do that. Normally you would have to preview a report before you do any editing, but I don't intend on editing the report itself. I'm just going to move them around. So I'm not going to worry about doing a preview. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to say that I want to edit it. So I've launched the report editor, and inside the report editor on the right hand side you'll notice that I have my standard repair tree, my report tree. Down here at the bottom is the one that I want to move, and I want to take this one. I know it's at the very bottom, and there's its full name property, set and test with pics. And I want to move it up here by the C and K PRV test and set report. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on it in my report library. I'm going to come to my alignment tab, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these buttons here that allow me to move things up and down, or to the front and to the back, or top and bottom. So if I am on my report as I was, and I go ahead and I click the up arrow, it's difficult to see, but that's actually an up arrow, you'll notice that my report is actually clicking up over in the right hand side. So my report is now here. I want it to be up there, so I'm going to just keep on clicking until it's up where it is. So now I've got my C and K PRV test and set report, and right below it I have my test and set. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to edit the full name. So I'm going to put an ampersand in there. I've got test and set, and I want to have C and K like that. So I've got C and K PRV test and set report, and now I've got C and K PRV test and set with pictures. And so what I've ended up doing is I've moved it, I've changed its full name. Again, the name property of the report always has to be the standard VK naming convention. The full name is what ends up in our list. So I've gone ahead and I have moved it up. I have changed its name. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to exit out of the report engine. VK will come back and it will ask me if I want to save it. And so the obvious answer is yes. So I'll say yes, I want to save it. I'm then going to end up having a backup made of it. And now what I need to do, because I actually made an overall report list change, I actually have to exit the report command in VK because it does not actually refresh that file. So I had to actually exit out, and I'll come back into reports. And when I come back into the reports, you'll see that I now have the two C and K PRV test and set reports grouped together, and I've changed its full name. I could go ahead and I could do some tests on it just to make sure that it works. I'll leave that up to the viewer to go ahead and make sure that you test your reports. And as always, whenever you test reports, always make sure you multi-select at least 2 or 3 in the main grid, and then you go into your report, and inside of your report you will then select it. You will print off the report for those 3 valves or those 4 events or whatever it is, and you'll make sure that everything is properly changing, the parts are properly there and all that kind of thing. It's always best to test with more than 1 valve, because in the real world you're going to print more than 1 valve at a time.